A nightmare so scary, you die? Is that even possible? Today we're taking a look at a series of deaths throughout history that doctors are still struggling to explain. Let's get started. Whoop. Rodney Marks was a bright, young Australian astrophysicist who remains the only person to potentially have been murdered on the continent of Antarctica. It was spring in the year 2000 when Rodney was working his second stint in Antarctica. He'd been there a couple of years before conducting research and enjoyed the work. He was passionate about his field and was engaged to a woman at the base. He was surrounded by intelligent peers and had plenty of access to food, water, and alcohol for those cold Antarctic nights. Life was good, chilly, but good. One May afternoon, Rodney was walking outside between two buildings, a walk you'd want to keep as brief as possible, given that the temperature outside in Antarctic winter was around -80 degrees Fahrenheit. He found himself struggling to breathe. Concerned for his health, he rushed to see the research station physician, Dr. Robert Thompson, who was concerned to see the young and otherwise healthy Rodney in distress. He attempted to treat him, but Rodney's condition only worsened. Over the course of just 36 hours, Rodney went from walking between stations to visiting the doctor to hopping on emergency satellite calls with medical professionals around the world to suffering cardiac arrest. Dr. Thompson was stunned. But the mystery was just beginning to unfold. An autopsy would need to be performed to determine the specific cause of death. But because Antarctica was heading into its southern hemisphere winter, flights in and out of the base would pause for at least 6 months. Rodney's body was kept in a freezer until flights resumed half a year later, taking him to a medical examiner in New Zealand. The cause of death? Methanol poisoning. Methanol is a non-drinking type of alcohol used for industrial purposes. It's highly poisonous, with as little as 2 ounces being all that's needed to kill an adult. And those who survive are oftentimes left blind. The methanol in Rodney's body most likely came from the cleaning chemicals he used on the telescopes which he operated. So what was methanol doing in Rodney's body? According to the New Zealand pathologist who tested the contents of Rodney's blood, the methanol was virtually certain to have been ingested. Unfortunately, the clarity ends there. Some speculate that Rodney had accidentally consumed the chemical while attempting to brew his own private stash of moonshine. But with plenty of alcohol available on the base, this doesn't